meet one of the next two debaters. Just before that debate, could we quickly have him pick a position? Do we have that yet?
Sheriff is making that available.
Okay. As soon as Sheriff does make it available, we will go there. In the meantime, let's introduce the next set of debaters. A quick reminder that you need to refresh your feed, your Nigeria Info live stream feed on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook, and of course search for Nigeria Info on YouTube. Refresh so that the new stream can come up. The old stream has closed now, the stream for the previous debates. All right? So as soon as you catch that, great, we can proceed. In the meantime, let's introduce the two debaters. First, I'd like to introduce Samuel Richard Wofai. He's 15. He's an SS3 student of Ade-Abba Cres'set College. Samuel Richard Wofai, welcome. How are you, Samuel?
I'm doing quite well, thank you, sir.
Wofai is your surname?
No, it's my middle name.
Is your middle name?
Yes, sir.
So Samuel is your surname?
No, Samuel is my name, then Richard is my surname.
Okay, so you are Samuel Wofai Richard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Richard is the surname. I guess the name was rearranged in my documentation. Your school is what?
Ade-Abba Cres'set College.
Cres'set College.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the debate.
Thank you, sir.
His opponent is 14. She's in SS2 at Pacific Comprehensive College. Her name, Oluwadamilola Nasiru. How are you, Damilola?
I'm fine, sir.
Are you ready for this debate?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. Okay, we are just about to debate. Sheriff, we await you to perform that small ritual of deciding where these the qualifying debaters how they will argue in the next round. As soon as we have that, we can proceed. Special thanks to our prize sponsor, Tollywood College. We appreciate you. Tollywood Group of Schools. Highly appreciated. Obi Weezy, our gadget plug from inception. You are very highly appreciated. Biloxi for the refreshments and all of that for these kids. We thank you. Lucas Green Fashion, our fashion plug. We do thank you, appreciate you. CCNL, that's Card Central Nigeria Limited. Thank you for your partnership, as well as Codros. Thank you very much. Remember, you can be a part of the entire 8th season of I Beg to Differ by sponsoring this debate. Let me see that the contact point. Yvonne has been doing this thing since. So where are you? Our email, info@nigeriainfo.fm. 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 Remember, this is the first of two regional Lagos regionals. The second one will be early in the coming year, as will the Abuja and Port Harcourt regional finals. Before we'll come back to Lagos for the national championships midway through the coming year. There is plenty of debates in season 8 of the I Beg to Differ students debate. You don't want to miss any part of it. 1 million naira star prize for the winner. It's 500,000, 500,000 for the first runner-up, and 250,000 naira for the third runner-up. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you our panel of judges comprises Chief Judge Chike Ngbadi Iche, Judge Ama Basi Ekove, and Judge Ufoma Egbamuna. Also, Yvonne is also serving as our addiction judge. A quick reminder to these next two contestants. Now, there are 3 phases in this debate: the presentation, the rebuttal, and closing round. You'll get 4 minutes each in the presentation and rebuttal rounds to make your case. and you'll get 3 minutes in the closing rounds. The closing rounds is not so much about what points you make, it's about how beautiful your argument is and how you drive your point home, how you convince. Feel free to take your time in your closing rounds, use illustrations, analogies, be poetic if you may, sing us a song if it will convince the judges. Whatever you need to do, convince them however you know how. You'll present all your points during the first 2 rounds. Remember that. Now remember, in your rebuttal rounds, refute your opponent's point first before you make additional points. Okay? Refute the points from your opponent, and if you have time, add some points that you may have left over from your opening rounds. All right? The judges are awarding points based on the number, the quality, and originality of every unique point you make for the presentation and rebuttal rounds. Remember, too, there will be deductions for grammatical and diction infractions. You could tie after the debate. If you do tie, you will engage in a tiebreaker round. For that tiebreaker, you'll switch sides. You'll be given 5 minutes each to argue the position previously argued by your opponent, after which a decision will be made, and the debater that wins will qualify for the round of 16 and will go up against Abdul-Jalal Adeshokwe Shitu of Heritage Group of Schools. That is done. Get ready for this debate in just a moment after this quick timeout.
I Beg to Differ Season 8 resumes on Tuesday with Abdul-Jalal Adeshokwe Shitu and Ude Divine facing each other at 4 p.m. Their topic is local government elections must be conducted by the federal government and not state governments. The 5 p.m. hour will see Samuel Richard Wofai and Nasiru Oluwadamilola debate the topic, democracy is the best form of government. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me to catch all the action starting at 4. I Beg to Differ Season 8. 32 debaters, now 22. One winner, 1 million naira. Sponsored by Tollywood College. Supported by Obiwizi, Lucas Green Fashion, Biloxi, Card Center Nigeria Limited and Quadras Group. For sponsorship of the next season, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ. A tournament of champions.
All right, at this point, we have tarried a little bit. There have been some mix-up because we still haven't performed the ritual of determining how Adeshokwe will debate in the round of 16. There has been some slight delay, and Yvonne is not in the studio with me now. She's rendezvousing with Sheriff to make sure that is in order. So I'm hoping that she'll join us soon and we'll be good to go. That earlier debate saw Adeshokwe prevail over Divine Ude of Sonya Senior Grammar School. A brilliant debater, no doubt, but who was let down in quite some, how do I say it? Some surprising circumstances, especially because she showed all the quality of a good debater. Her chance could have been helped making more points, especially in the earlier rounds. All right. Okay, I guess we have to proceed. Yvonne, please join me. We might have to do that ritual off the airwaves so that we save time. Shokwe, just maintain your calm while we go into the next debate. I'd like to find out if Tunde and the rest of the guys are ready for us for this second part of the debate. I see they are. So please set your timers ready. It's almost 20 minutes past the hour, 19 minutes past the hour. We've lost tremendous amounts of time. There's this other ritual of deciding where the argument will swing between Samuel and Oluwadamilola. We haven't done that either. So it looks like we are going to be in here for a while today. We'll come to that in just a bit. Let me use the opportunity to say thank you to some of our sponsors.
Tollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning. I'm talking about research, scholarship, creative activities, service, and public engagement. You will find that innovation and excellence in all these fields when you meet a Tollywood College student. We aim to create students that are successful, lifelong learners, confident individuals, and responsible citizens of society. We want our students to be proud of themselves and their school through the values of integrity, inclusiveness, responsiveness, accountability, collaboration, and sustainability. At Tollywood College, we arm our students with technological supremacy and help integrate it to values, morals, and our cultural legacy. The school curriculum has been painstakingly planned on scientific guidelines to provide students with intellectual stimulation, physical robustness, social adaptability, emotional independence, and leadership qualities. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this beautiful citadel of learning, an experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact us at the email address info@tollywoodcollege.com. That is info@tollywoodcollege.com, or go to the website at www.tollywoodcollege.com. I repeat, www.tollywoodcollege.com. You could also go to the physical address to see things for yourself at kilometer 43 Lekki Ekpe Expressway by Canaan Land Estate, Shongo Tedo, Aja, Lagos. Rest assured, we will be waiting.
I Beg to Differ Season 8 resumes on Tuesday with Abdul-Jalal Adeshokwe Shitu and Ude Divine facing each other at 4 p.m. Their topic is local government elections must be conducted by the federal government and not state governments. The 5 p.m. hour will see Samuel Richard Wofai and Nasiru Oluwadamilola debate the topic. Democracy is the best form of government. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me to catch all the action starting at 4. I Beg to Differ Season 8. 32 debaters, now 22. One winner, 1 million naira. Sponsored by Tollywood College. Supported by Obi-Weezy, Lucas Green Fashion, Biloxi, Card Center Nigeria Limited and Quadras Group. For sponsorship of the next season, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ. A tournament of champions.
We're finally able to proceed. Thank you very much for your patience. The second debate is about to start.
That's right. Before we go into that debate, we'll have to decide how these debaters will argue next week when they face each other. The winner from the debate for this hour and the winner from the previous debate. And now Adeshokwe will pick a side.
All right. So a quick ritual to determine how Adeshokwe will debate. Just pick one. Pick a side. Quick. All right. Please sit down and let us know what side you've picked. Are you supporting or opposing?
I'm opposing.
You're opposing.
All right, then.
Okay.
That means the winner from this hour will support the motion when they go head-to-head with Adeshokwe next week.
Brilliant. So you know your position. You may take your leave in a bit, but hang on a second.
Yes, please.
There's a second ritual which will determine how these two debaters will debate. Are we ready for that as well?
Yes, we are, Femi. If I'll just get these. Both debaters, I'm sure you've done all the... you've told them already what to expect.
Yeah,
you were told to prepare for both sides of the topic. Mm-hmm. You remember that, right? Well, now you will find out how you will argue this evening.
All right. The ritual... Damilola picks first and Samuel picks next.
Why do they look like...
Yeah, they're blowing their cheeks.
A bomb just
like
went off.
They probably wish they could switch Whatever.
What side
All
do
right.
you argue?
I'm supporting.
Okay, and you will oppose the motion. All right, Lagos, they know this side, they have the topic. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back,
We'll tell you the
time to
topic.
debate.
And then we'll debate.
Oh, they don't know the topic yet. I'm sorry, Lagos.
We'll tell you and then we'll debate. Stick around.
I Beg to Differ Season 8 resumes on Tuesday with Abdul-Jalal Ade-Shokwe Shitu and Ude Divine facing each other at 4 p.m. Their topic is local government elections must be conducted by the federal government and not state governments. The 5 p.m. hour will see Samuel Richard Wofai and Nasiru Oluwadamilola debate the topic. Democracy is the best form of government. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me to catch all the action starting at 4. I Beg to Differ Season 8. 32 debaters, now 22. One winner, 1 million naira. Sponsored by Tollywood College. Supported by Obiwizi, Lucas Green Fashion, Biloxi, Card Center Nigeria Limited and Cordros Group. For sponsorship of the next season, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ. A tournament of champions.
We are in a race against time in this second debate. We thank you very much for joining us nonetheless. It pits 15-year-old Richard Samuel Wofai against 14-year-old Nasiru Oluwadamilola. Samuel is from Ade-Abba Cres'set College. He's in SS3. His opponent, Damilola, is from Pacific Comprehensive College. She's an SS2 student. It is now time to find out the debate topic as we go into the debate proper. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. The second debate feed is already up, and you'll see the young lady and the young lad.
That's right. We're also airing this debate on Kids FM. The dial is 101.7. Again, the dial is 101.7. The motion for this hour is democracy is the best form of governance, or government if you wish to say that. Democracy is the best form of governance. This young man, Samuel, will support the motion, while his opponent, Oluwadamilola, will oppose the motion. Now, for this round, we will start with the motion supporter. Samuel, it is time to open your argument.
Throughout the grand tapestry of human history, throughout the grand tapestry of human history, democracy shines like a radiant thread, weaving together the voices of the people into a majestic narrative of self-government. At its very core, democracy embodies the principles of government of the people, for the people, and by the people, making sure that power remains in the hands of those who truly matter, the people. But before I continue, I would like to give honor to whom honor is due. And with this, I say greetings to the Honorable Chairman, esteemed panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my worthy opponents, and my distinguished audience. I am by name Samuel Richard, an SS3 student of Ade-Abba Cres'set College. Here as a faithful proponent of the motion, democracy is the best form of governance. To start with, from the definition of democracy by Abraham Lincoln, as a government of the people, for the people, and by the people, democracy is a people-centered system of government. That is, it focuses on the people and meets their demands and make policies that suit their needs. Moreover, representative government, that is, representatives are chosen or elected by the people to make decisions on their behalf. Furthermore, the citizens can participate in decision-making processes without fear of being harmed or harassed. Again, the people are free to choose their leaders, and their leaders and the government is not forced upon them forcefully. Also, accountability. Because the people choose their leaders, the leaders are accountable to the people. That is, the people can hold the leaders responsible for their actions. However, we cannot talk about accountability without its counterpart, transparency. Democracy also promotes transparency, and this transparency, as a result of this transparency, the people have access to relevant information which they can use for their personal gain. Speaking about gain, I want to talk about economic growth. Democratic nations have seen to be the most prosperous nations in the world. Taking a case study of Singapore, which is democratic government, has made it a force to reckon with in the economic scene. And in contrast with North Korea's totalitarian government, which is one of the poorest nations in the world. Moving on, improved international relations. Democratic countries show improved international relationship, and correspondingly, they have peace and unity. That is, democracy brings the diverse population of a nation together. For example, India's diverse population, Nigeria's diverse population, Ghana's diverse population, and Malaysia's diverse populations are brought together under the umbrella of democracy. Also, conflict resolution. Democracy provides platforms for conflict resolution, likewise equality. That is, everybody is equal before the law. Meaning to say that nobody is above the law, which means that democracy also upholds rule of law and sovereignty of law, whereby nobody is above the law and everybody is treated equally, and anyone that breaks a rule will be held responsible. Also, there is freedom of speech and expression in a democratic governance. This fosters creativity and innovation and ensures that the people can bring up issues that can be addressed by the government. Also, there is protection and promotion of human rights according to the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. The democratic government also provides framework for addressing human rights violations. In all, democracy can be seen as the best form of governance because it encompasses the wills and needs of the people and of the modern society, and can be seen as the best form of governance. Thank you.
Right on time as well.
And now, opportunity for his opponent, Oluwadamilola Nasiru, 14-year-old student, SS2 student of Pacific Comprehensive College, for her opening round.
Are you struggling with the headphone?
You might just put it on the table.
Yes, you can place it on the
Place
table.
it on the
But
table.
speak directly into the microphone, okay? Fantastic. Your time starts now.
Democracy has been adjudged the best form of government. Although democracy has its pros, it has numerous downsides. My task in this debate is to shed light on the numerous downsides of democracy as a system of government. On this note, I would like to give honor to whom it is due. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debater, and my distinguished audience. Standing here before is Nasiru Oluwadamilola, a proud representative of Pacific Comprehensive College, Shasha Akawunjo. I am here to oppose the motion which says democracy is the best form of governance. First and foremost, vulnerability to populism and short-term policies. Democracies are prone to populist policies which prioritize short-term gains over long-term stability, as elected leaders may focus on immediate voter satisfaction to secure re-election. In democracies, some politicians often implement policies to appeal the masses, which at times they normally sacrifice their fiscal culture. Second, risk of inefficient decision-making and bureaucracy. Democracy often suffers slow and inefficient decision-making, which is due to checks and balances, lengthy debates, and bureaucratic procedures. In democracies, they normally suffer inefficient decision-making, which is due to checks and balances. Third, susceptibility to corruption and influence of wealth. Democracy is vulnerable to corruption, lobbying, and undue influence from wealth interest groups, which undermines the principle of equal representation. According to the Transparency International, even well-established democracies like the USA face high level of political lobbying and campaign finance issues. Fourth, inequality in representation of voter disenfranchisement. Democracy struggles to ensure equal representation due to certain groups which are marginalized and excluded due to systemic issues. In the 2020 U.S. presidential election, 33 states made voters restriction, which is, according to the Brennan Center of Justice, disproportionately affected marginalized communities. Fifth, economic volatility and unpredictability. The frequent turnover in democratic leadership leads to economic volatility and policy unpredictability, which can deter long-term investment and stability. Democracies with frequent elections, like Italy, which has seen over 60 governments since the World War II, they are subject to frequent political turnover. 6. Limited success in society with weak institutions. Democracy has failed in society to weak institutions, which is due to them to lack of structures which are needed for maintaining order, implementing laws, and delivering essential services. Thank you.
Well done.
All right. So the opening rounds done and dusted. We'll give them a quick breather. When we come back, it will be time for the rebuttal round.
Yes, gentlemen, specifically, you are the ones I'm talking to. Lucas Green has an unbeatable offer just for you. This season, Lucas Green is offering you the chance to get 3 premium Senator kaftans, 2 stylish English trousers, 2 office-ready shirts, and 1 classy pair of palm slippers, all for the price of 160,000 naira. Every order comes with a free gift. Hurry, as this is your chance to elevate your wardrobe at an unbeatable discount. Limited slots are available, so please act fast. Don't say I didn't tell you. Now send a WhatsApp message to the number 0703-286-7011. That is 0703-286-7011. Do this now to book your appointments for measurement and fabric selection. That is 0703-286-7011. Do not miss it. Delivery takes 15 working days after payment. So follow the Instagram handle at menswear_by_Lucas Green on Instagram for more updates. Now be advised that this is a limited time offer, so make sure that you are quick to go and secure your spot today.
Welcome back. The debate continues between 15-year-old Richard Samuel Wofai of Ade-Abba Cres'set College and 14-year-old Nasiru Oluwadamilola of Pacific Comprehensive College. You've heard the opening rounds. Now it's time for the rebuttals.
That's right. And for this round, we will commence with the motion opposer, and that is Damilola. You have 4 minutes now to refute your opponent's points and then add extra points of your own.
Standing on the existing protocol, I'm still Nasiru Oluwadamilola, and I'm here to rebut my opponent's points. He said that they are representative of the government. The government, the president, they are all representative of the government, but they do not represent us. Is it not in these democracies where racism, segregation, and gender discrimination take place? How can you not say that they are representing us when they are not what they have in mind is not in accordance with what we have in mind? You also said minority rights. We have something what we call majority rule. The government always follow. This is what we call populism. They always agree with what majority says. How can you say that they now protect minority when they're always talking about what the majority says? You also said accountability and transparency. If you don't know, the government are often secretive with information, which can also hinder transparency. They are supposed to tell us the net worth of a president or a governor before he enters office and after he enters office, so we can know whether he embezzles funds. You also said economic growth. If you truly say that democracy allows for economic growth, what about the 2008 financial crisis where the UK and the USA suffered? Why would you say that it allows for economic growth when they are always having financial crisis? You also said international relationship, that they are collaborating. The countries are collaborating. But why don't you think about it in this way? When large democracies, the large democracies are always making the small democracies with financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank. And this IMF and World Bank, IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. This IMF and World Bank, they are plunging us into debt, especially the African countries, with all these unadvanced economic advices, which are leading us into debt, high interest rates on loans. How can you say that the international relationship, where the large democracies are milking small democracies like Nigeria? You also said conflict resolution. Democracy is very slow in decision making, and this can escalate tension. For example, the Democratic Republic of Congo, it has been in a plague of conflict since 1996. How can you not say that democracy helps in conflict resolution? You said that everybody is treated equally. In democracies, women and minority rights are always underrepresented. For instance, if you look at the Senate and the House of Representatives, how many percentage are women? How can you say that a system of government where a certain category of people are always downgraded and underrepresented, how can you say that they treat people equally? My opponent also said freedom of speech. How can you say freedom of speech? This brings me back to the point of minority rights. When minority are not given the right to, when their rights are always underrepresented, how can you say that minority rights are always, how can you say that we always have freedom of speech? You also say protection of human rights. As I'm saying again, racism, gender discrimination and segregation always take place in democratic system. How can you not say it protects human rights when it's contradicting what you're actually saying? I would like to add more points to support my argument. One, possibility of exploiting ethnic and cultural divides. In economically and culturally diverse democracies, politicians often exploit ethnic and cultural divides so that they can gain support, which undermines the principle of equal representations. We also have low turnout and political apathy. Democracies often suffer from low turnout and political apathy, which involves when the voters don't come out to vote. For example, in the USA, only 66.8% of the voters voted in the election. How can you not say then how can you not say that? This brings me back to a point where you say that they represent us when hardly any of the voters are voting. How can you say that they represent us? Political in Nigeria, 26.37% voted in the election. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We've heard Damilola's rebuttal round. It's now time for Samuel to return the favor.
That's right, Samuel. Your time starts now.
I still remain yours truly, Samuel Richard, and I'm here to refute some of my opponent's points. First of all, you said populism. So populism is not a problem of democracy. It is the vote. It is the citizens that make that choice to vote these leaders that are populist politicians. Populism can also be combated by civil societies and the press when they come out to engage these populist politicians and to influence their decision making. You also say slow and inefficient decision making. Yes, while democracy might have slow and inefficient decision making, yes, they still come out with the right choices. They make right choices because they take their time to sit down and rationally think about these choices they are about to make, not rushing to a conclusion and basing it on emotions. Also, you said corruption. I would like you to note that in proper democracies, there are working anti-graft agencies that work against corrupt officials even when they are in power. You also said lobbying. Lobbying can also be beneficial, but you guys are not looking at that side of it. Lobbying is when special interest groups come to influence government decisions. Lobbying can now be used in a good way by influencing government decisions to make them make right choices that favor the citizens. You also said something about economic volatility. I would like to introduce to you somebody called North Korea. It's a country. They are one of the poorest countries in the world because they operate a totalitarian government, not a democratic government. And because of their totalitarian government and segregation from the rest of the world, there will still be an economic crisis unless they embrace democracy. And also, he said weak institutions. These are underdeveloped democracy. And when I'm talking about democracy, I'm talking about an ideal democracy where everything is functional and working, not underdeveloped democracies where the politicians prioritize their own gains over the gains of others. You also said that voters do not come out to vote during election. These are the voters' choice, not what democracy states. The motion states democracy is the best form of governance. It states that democracy in itself is the best form of governance, not that the actions in democracy will make it the best form of governance. And also, I would like to say rebut your point about the Democratic Republic of Congo being constantly in war. There's also authoritarianism, where a specific group of people rule. Democracy helps to combat this and decentralize power from those who hold power. So if Democratic Republic of Congo can employ democracy they will be able to come out from their struggles. I also like to use this medium to add more points to my point. First of all, political stability. Democracies are usually politically stable because they bring everybody's choices together and make an informed decision. Likewise, education and innovation. Education and innovation are promoted in democracy. For example, the democratic government of Finland, like they put most of their resources into education and innovation. I also like to let you know that democracies protect human rights and minority rights. That is, they have special agencies that look out for these minority rights, even when majority wants to trample of their rights. Also, there's a peaceful transfer of power in democracy, and democracies prioritize environmental concerns. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take a quick break. When we return, it will be time for the closing arguments between Samuel and Oluwadamilola. Stay with us.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's pioneer e-commerce platform for pre-owned gadgets. They are Nigeria's home of gadgets with warranties, where you can purchase all your favorite devices and quality accessories, both brand new and pre-owned. You can also trade in your older devices for a newer model in a simple and convenient way. To crown it all, when you decide to sell off that device of yours to meet that important cash obligation, Obiwizi is your guy. Literally your guy. With offline and pickup stores in Ikeja, Lekki, Abuja, and Benin, Obiwizi delivers nationwide. So make sure you are following Obiwizi on Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page. Yes, that is on Instagram. You could send an email to the email address info@obiwizi.com or go to the website at www.obiwizi.com. They are also on X at Obiwizi. Literally, Obiwizi. Obiwizi is spelled Obiwezi. Yes, Obiwizi. Follow them on all pages and of course all social media platforms and get that device of your dreams.
Welcome back. You've heard the debate between Richard Samuel Wofai and Nasiru Oluwadamilola. Samuel is from Ade-Abba Cres'set College. He's 15 and in SS3. Oluwadamilola is from Pacific Comprehensive College. She's 14. She's in SS2. And now it's time for them to close their arguments.
That's right. And for this round, we will revert to the motion supporter. Samuel, it is time to rest your case.
I still remain yours truly, Richard Samuel, and I'm here to close and round off my arguments. But before I close, I would like to give you a recap of my points I've made supporting democracy as the best form of governance. Number 1, it is people-centered. Number 2, it operates a representative government. Number 3, people can participate either directly or indirectly in decision-making processes. Number 4, the people are free to choose their leaders without fear of being harmed or harassed by anybody or any group of individuals. Also, they promote accountability and transparency. Democracy promotes accountability and transparency in government. Number 6, citizens have access to relevant information. Number 7, democracies also have rapid economic growth compared to other systems of governance. Number 8, they have improved international relations. Number 9, they promote peace and unity within the country. And number 9, they promote they provide platforms for conflict resolution. Number 10, they promote equality. Number 11, they uphold rule of law. Number 12, there's freedom of speech and expression in democracies. Number 12, they protect and promote human rights. Number 13, they provide frameworks for addressing human rights violations. Number 14, they are politically stable. Number 15, there's peaceful transfer of power. Number 16, they prioritize environmental concerns. Number 16, they also provide education. They also prioritize education and innovation. 17, they protect minority rights. 18, they prevent authoritarianism. 19, they decentralize power from the executive. Number 21, there's collective decision making. That is, decisions that are made are based on everybody in the country, what they think. Number 21, citizens can also influence government decisions. So, as the court to note that democracy is the linchpin of human progress. So let us not take it for granted while it is here, because it is not just the best form of governance, it is the very fabric of humanity. Let us uphold this sacred ritual, lest the shadow of tyranny prevail. Its resilience and adaptability forges an unbreakable bond between the government and the governed, making it worthy of our highest aspirations. Now, before I rest my case, I would like to ask you this question. Let us consider two systems: a system where you are free and a system where you are tied to certain rules and conducts. Which one would you rather choose? I leave you to ponder on this, and I rest my case.
Well done, Samuel. Right on time as well. Now, Damilola will do likewise. Damilola, it is time to rest your argument.
Standing on the existing protocol, I am still Nasiru Oluwadamilola, and I'm here to conclude my argument with the following points. But before I do that, I would like to refute some of the points that my opponent just said. My opponent said that lobbying has been used in a positive way, but I don't believe that, because there is no evidence to prove that lobbying has been used in a positive way. You also said populists, that the people are the one that voting the populists. But the populists promised us something in the manifestos, and we vote them in, and they perform and they use the populism as a way of covering up their act. It's not our fault as a people. It is the fault of the democracy. It is not our fault as a people. You also say voters apathy. You said that voters are the ones that don't come out to vote. But do you know the reason why voters don't come out to vote? Because they have lost faith in democracy. People are waiting for the autocratic government. They have lost faith because we have been in this democracy for over 25 years now, and nothing good has come out of it. You also said education and innovation. Let me tell you something. Democracy does not guarantee quality education from everyone. Not all democracies have good educational facilities. So how can you say that it encourages education and innovation? There is no guarantee for quality education for everyone around the world. I would like to add one more point to support my argument. Potential of voters manipulation and targeted disinformation. Democracy is vulnerable to targeted disinformation campaign due to social media, and this is very well.
Speak into the mic, please.
And this is very well documented. Voters are even manipulated using this targeted disinformation. They are manipulated according to Oxford University Computational Propaganda Index. They have found out that at least 48 countries have seen people trying to like manipulate public opinion on social media, trying to take them on the wrong path, and we are seeing what is happening in Nigeria right now. As I've said, democracy has numerous downsides. With this, I would like to conclude. I would like to summarize my points. Democracy is vulnerable to populism and short-term policies. It has the risk of inefficient decision making. It is vulnerable to corruption and influence of wealth. It encourages inequality in representation and voter disenfranchisement. It allows for economic volatility and unpredictability. It limits sources in societies with weak institutions. It encourages the possibility of exploiting ethnic and cultural divides. It is also responsible for low turnout and political apathy, and the point I just explained, potential of voters manipulation and targeted disinformation. Democracy has caused all these problems. With these points I have highlighted, I hope I've been able to convince you beyond any reasonable doubt that democracy is not the best form of government.
Thank you very much. And so the debaters rest their case, or more, their cases, and this debate is effectively over. At this point, the judges will finalize their scoring, and we'll have the compute. We'll read the compute to you in just a little bit. We'll take one quick break in the build-up to that, after which we will come and give you the result.
Tollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning. I'm talking about research, scholarship, creative activities, service, and public engagement. You will find that innovation and excellence in all these fields when you meet a Tollywood College student. student. We aim to create students that are successful, lifelong learners, confident individuals, and responsible citizens of society. We want our students to be proud of themselves and their school through the values of integrity, inclusiveness, responsiveness, accountability, collaboration, and sustainability. At Tollywood College, we arm our students with technological supremacy and help integrate it to values, morals, and our cultural legacy. The school curriculum has been painstakingly planned on scientific guidelines to provide students with intellectual stimulation, physical robustness, social adaptability, emotional independence, and leadership qualities. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this beautiful citadel of learning, an experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact.
Listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
From being the wicked producer to the jiggy artist, I have always been onto some big things. I am Young John. You already know I love big things, especially when it comes to my refreshment. That's why I don't play with my Pepsi 60cl long throat bottle, because it's big refreshments, big value, big flex, big things. Big things, Nemo like Pepsi, jiggy.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba ballers. MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Looking for ways to overcome challenges in your career journey? The perfect time to step into a world of opportunity is now. At Markets for You, a trusted, well-renowned online trading company with over 17 years of experience and customers spread across the globe. Discover a new way to earn and learn by copying top traders from around the world. No previous experience required. If you're over 18, you can start earning profits from the comfort of your home today. Visit www.marketsforyou.com or call 0912-779-0500, 0912-779-0500 today to start your journey towards financial independence with Markets for You.
Apostle Paul declared,
I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. 2 Timothy 4:7.
Now it's your time. Will you rise to the challenge?
Come and answer God's call at the Redeemed Christian Church of God 2024 Holy Ghost Congress. Tagged Onward Christian Soldiers from December 9th to 14th, 2024.
Venue kilometer 46 Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Time 6 p.m. daily.
Pastor E.A. Ade-Abba and other anointed men of God will be ministering.
Don't miss your chance to get battle ready.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo. Okhaifo sweat. My ions, please, can't get enough. My ions, please, give it to me now. Okhaifo sweat. It gon' rehydrate you, yeah. Replenish your ions with Okhaifo sweat. Rehydrate you faster, easy way observe. Okhaifo sweat. Give me some more. Okhaifo sweat.
Hi, this is Nene from the boat safety team. You can't see us, but we're right here with you on every boat ride. To your left is the ride insurance team. We insure your ride as soon as your trip starts. To your right is the record audio team. We keep a recording of your trip for 24 hours in case you need it later. And behind you is the customer support team, ready to chat 24/7. We're the boat safety team, by your side on every ride.
It's Konga Yakata, our biggest sale of the year. Every day till November 30th is Black Friday. Shop genuine computing, Starlink kits, electronics, mobile phones, and many more at up to 85% off. Powered by the original manufacturers. It is cheap and safe at Konga, the e-commerce group you trust.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're approaching decision time. We're only seconds away. That debate between Samuel Richard Wofai and Nasiru Oluwadamilola. We'll find out in just a bit.
The biggest stories around the world.
3,298 inmates on death row in Nigeria prisons.
All in one platform.
Plans are underway to evacuate Nigerians in Sudan.
Let's talk sport.
Let's talk information, news, and current affairs.
It recommends that INEC should not be a defendant when we have election petitions.
Together, we'll have a great conversation and more.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It is decision time. It's 6 o'clock, so we're eating into news time. Apologies, Lagos. Let's do this. Samuel, Damilola, ready? Pay attention to your scores. In your presentation round, Judge Ama scores Samuel 13 points, Damilola 11. Judge Ufoma scores Samuel 12.5 points, Damilola 12.5 points. Chief Judge Chike scores Samuel 13.5 points, Damilola 9 points, for a total of 39 to 32.5. Advantage Samuel in the presentation rounds. Rebuttal rounds. Judge Ama scores Samuel 14 points, Damilola 15 points. Judge Ufoma scores Samuel 16.5 points, Damilola 17.5 points. Chief Judge Chike scores Samuel 10 points in the rebuttal round, Damilola 10.5 points, for a total rebuttals point haul of 40.5 to Samuel and 43 to Damilola, which brings us now to the closing arguments. Judge Ama scores Samuel 4, Damilola 5. Judge Ufoma scores Samuel 4, Damilola 4, and Judge Chike scores Samuel 6 and Damilola 4, for a total of 14 closing points to Samuel and 13 to Damilola, which will bring us to the final scoring before diction infraction. So Judge Ama scores Samuel 31 in total and Damilola 31. Judge Ufoma scores Samuel 33 and Damilola 34. Chief Judge Chike scores Samuel 29.5 and Damilola 23.5, for a total of 93.5 points to Samuel and 88.5 points to Damilola. Brings us to Judge Yvonne, diction infraction scoring, which is a deduction. A total deduction of 6.5 points for Samuel, bringing your total to 87. A total diction infraction deduction of 8 points to Damilola, bringing your total to 80.5 points. And so the winner is declared. Congratulations to Ade-Abba Cres'set College's Richard Samuel Wofai. You have won and you are progressing to the round of 16. Congratulations to you. Hope you're happy.
Thank you very much, sir.
Very good. Oluwadamilola, yeah, it was a close debate. You fell short, but it happens. In a debate, somebody has got to win. On this occasion, it is Samuel, but you put up a hard fight to the best of your ability.
That's
Yvonne.
right. Also, you can, of course, return next season. Entries open in December, so I mean you're in SS2, you're just 14 years old. There's still ample time for you to use the lessons that you pick up from here to become a better debater in the next season. Well done to both of you. Femi, do we have time to make a few corrections?
Well,
do we not?
We've already eaten 5 minutes of news time. We might as well just quickly finish.
We might as well do. Okay, it is tapestry, not tapestry. Tapestry, okay? That word is tapestry. And of course, I say this to all the students who have entered the debate so far. At least pay attention to the rule of subject-verb agreement. I do not have that much time to go into detail there. But I would also say that it is they, not they. The. You press your tongue between your upper front teeth and your lower front teeth, okay? It is they. Okay, you also say this, you say that, not that, not this, not they, not dear. It is there. All right, so they, that, this, there. Of course, it is sovereignty, not sovereignty. Sovereignty, okay, sovereignty, not sovereignty. All right, it is vulnerability, not vulnerability. Yes. Okay, Damilola. Vulnerability, not vulnerability. Of course, to both of you, it is representative, not representative. Representative. And it is secretive, not secretive, okay? Secretive. Someone who is secretive keeps a lot of secrets, okay? So it is secretive, not secretive, okay? I'd also like to quickly point out that it is debt, not debt. Debt, not debt, okay? Advice is advice. It's an abstract noun. You do not say advices, except you mean that in the simple present tense. She advises her to do her housework. She advises her to do her housework, right? But as a noun, advice is advice. If you want to refer to multiple advice, you can say pieces of advice or bits of advice, but you do not say advices. Oh, she gave me many advices. No, that is wrong. You say the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Every time you use Congo, you must use the. Okay? You said the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's another the before Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo. It is ask, not axe. Ask, not axe. Okay? It is ask, not axe. And it is growth, not growth. To both of you. Growth, not growth. Okay? There are so many others, but we do not have the time to.
Yeah, and also it's
get into them.
You don't say how many percentages, okay? How many? You don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we gotta go. There's no time. Tomorrow we'll return. I beg to differ returns, and we'll have 4 new contestants in 2 debates from 4 p.m.
Yes, as we continue to count down to the last 16 who qualify for the round of 16. We'll see you tomorrow, Lagos. Thank you so much.
Until then, on behalf of Sheriff Quadri and of course the production team, Samuel Iwuji, Babatunde Abdul Salam, Kenneth Dueme, and of course Olamide Faduju.
Here is your topic, by the way, for
have a fantastic rest of the day. If we're lucky, maybe Sheriff will bless us with highlights of the news, and of course we have a sponsorship at 6:15. Goodbye, everybody.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.